So our topic is if society should keep investing or the world governments should keep investing in outer space exploration. Our panelists are Jose Maria Treviño, who is an astronaut, Esteban Vega, who is an environment activist, and Jose Eduardo Castellanos, who is a space researcher. So we are going to touch the topics of each area of study that we can help to introduce why is it good or what consequences can it have to our society. So my first question is to Jose Eduardo, who is a researcher. So taking your research into context, what could be the main benefits of outer space exploration and what are the main consequences that humanity can face?
Okay, so I believe that space exploration will be able to bring many benefits to humanity as a whole, and the nature of the challenges that come with this outer space exploration is a very good opportunity to enhance and develop and innovate new technologies. And considering the opportunities that lie beyond our planet, I am sure we have a very good chance to make it worthwhile. And it is important to know that space exploration not only brings benefits and development into just the knowledge that we have of our universe, but that it also has a clear impact in the developing of technology. And according to the National Security Technology Accelerator, space exploration has given a lot of innovation in a lot of different fields that are very relevant today. And one of them is the development of fuel efficiency and more materials and more powerful engines in order to overcome the gravity of our atmosphere that are being applied in other fields, not only in rockets. And robotics has seen a lot of development as well due to the necessity of needing to explore remote and isolated places. And data analysis and artificial intelligence has also seen once again a very significant development because of the need to actually process and interpret all the data that is gained from these expeditions. And if space exploration were to be invested in more actively, I see very few negative consequences. The only one I could kind of see is the pollution aspect. However, there are many efforts that are now being developed or already used, like liquid hydrogen and liquid oxygen, and also methane, that will leave negligible amounts of pollution in the atmosphere. And it is also important to know that according to a news article, the pollution caused by these rocket launches is 1% annually of the aviation fossil fuel pollution. So it is very different and not very significant. And these launches will increase, but we expect that with this increase will also come an increase in investment that will help aid these technologies to be more prevalent and cause less and less pollution. And more investment in this field will make efforts move towards this direction, and will also bring these technological capabilities that everyone can benefit from.
Thank you very much. So it's very important to be aware of the research and the information gathered by people that are experts in the area. But now, Jose Maria, you as an astronaut, based on your experience in outer space, what have you or your team gained? What knowledge have you gathered that is necessary for society to strive?
Okay, so as an astronaut, I've been exploring the space, but what I can tell you is not just exploring new stars, new planets, and some exploring and learning new facts about planets that we will never reach or we don't care about them, but it's just more about innovation, learning new technology, and trying to improve our technologies and then apply them to the Earth. Also, it gives us a lot of knowledge that many things are based on NASA products or something like that. We also can make satellites and that help us, for example, for knowing the climate, some regions, or the weather, you know, and also the Earth's resources are not for all the time that we're going to be here. So we can have opportunity in taking some resources from other places, finding new resources from other planets, stars, etc. And we don't know. Probably in the future, we can go and live to another planet. I understand why you think that we should not spend the money on exploration, but believe me, the money invested in the space, it gives a great return of technologies to the Earth.
Okay, thank you very much. So that is a very objective answer that we can get from based on purely experience. And now, Esteban, so you as an environment activist, do you agree or disagree with outer space exploration and with the extremely big amounts of money that are being invested in it by the world governments? So are you in favor, or do you argue against that, and what do you think should be done with that money?
Hello everyone, my name is Esteban Vega. I am an environmental activist, and in my opinion, the outer space exploration opens a bridge between the know and the unknown, and makes I know that in the future all the money spent by the government invested in these projects will make sense, because we can find new ways to develop life in our planet, or develop plans to deal with the trash of the earth.
Okay, thank you very much. So following his answer, Esteban's answer that, well, he's more in favor to using that money in our planet than in outer space. So I'm asking you, Jose Eduardo, does your research support more monetary investment in outer space, or to focus on Earth and restore all the damage that it has done? So what do you think we should be more focused on?
Well, I think that development is a really important process, especially now due to the circumstances that you mentioned. And well, yeah, research is oriented towards space exploration. And besides the other points that I mentioned regarding, well, the development of technology and, well, new knowledge about our universe, the material returns that we can get from these explorations are also very much worth considering. And well, there are a vast quantity of materials in, well, celestial objects around our solar system that we could use to our advantage to try to compensate for the scarcity that, well, obviously happens here on Earth. And well, in the short term, these costs that are used for these launches can be significantly reduced by using resources that are already on the targets we're going. And well, using Mars as an example, the cost of missions can be reduced by a factor of 3 to 5, according to the Florida Space Institute. And well, this reduction comes from the use of mining, well, oxygen and gathering water from the poles in Mars. And well, this can translate to, well, fuel that is most of the cost from these launches. And well, in the long term, there are many other resources, according to a NASA technical report I read, that will primarily metals and oxides are found in vast amounts in, well, moons, in, well, the moon, Mars, and even asteroids. So this could be mined for our use here on Earth, or for the development in outer space development. And well, relating to the industry of mining and resource gathering here on Earth that is, well, very pollutant, it is interesting to see how many of the challenges faced here on Earth are also faced up there. For example, the remote operations and, well, energy requirements and a hostile environment. And they are also, well, faced in mining, especially now that resources are beginning to deplete. And so, yeah, in investing will not only provide resources for us, but this process will also go hand in hand with the industry here, and this should be something good for the development as a whole. And by taking advantages of these resources in outer space, you will obtain high value resources that are becoming scarce, and the gathering of these materials will obviously offset the costs that take to go there. The pollution will also be reduced due to the fact that you will be carrying all the operations outside of our atmosphere, so that will also significantly be reduced. And materials used in, for example, electronics, it will help to improve technology and quality of life, and it will benefit humanity as a whole.
Yeah, that's a very interesting point. So, Jose Maria, do you, based on Jose Eduardo's answer, is there any type of, have you, in any of your trips, have you achieved any contribution that has been a major contribution in the society's development and that helps society's development as a whole?
Yes, so as I was telling you, many technology used in space can be used right here on Earth. For example, being in a specific example, I was working on solar panels, but solar panels are they're not flexible. Then you cannot put them in. They have to be in a very specific condition, and it has to be very good. It's not accessible to place it every place or under many conditions. So on space in zero gravity and very difficult conditions, we were able to build and create flexible and a solar panel that can be used in shelters in Antarctica, in the deserts. It can be used everywhere in very hard environments. And thanks, because we were using it and trying and build it on space. So that was just like one specific example of many that we have.
Okay, thank you very much. And Esteban, so considering your stance on economic aid going more to space exploration than here in Earth, how could economic aid help the restoration of the environment, and who should be the one providing that economic aid? Is it NASA, maybe from the money that is currently used in outer space, or other international actors?
Yeah, it's certain that the economical factor is very important in this specific situation. And I was very busy about thinking the idea or a probable solution to this problem. And I get to the idea to make an economical treatment between all the countries around the world and pay off all the outer space exploration budgets. Yeah, it's very difficult to think about this because it's an unknown topic. But yeah, that's a possible solution to this economical problem.
Thank you very much, Esteban. Very great answer. So to close this panel, well, we have seen how investing in aerospace exploration has bring many benefits to humanity, from advanced technology, or even finding new resources that can help us with our future. And each panelist highlighted their stance and how these efforts can address humanity's better future and what can be done to make it way better, and also to address and face the challenges that we are facing right now. So thank you very much to our panelists and to the public for engaging in this discussion. Do you have any further more questions about the topic?
Well, I have one question about space exploration. The astronaut, which is the path that you would like to take first in space exploration? Could it be our moon or maybe Mars?
Like you're answering, my main goal is to go to Mars or the Moon first. I think that should not be the next thing that we're going to do. I think we should, we can get many more information and first we have to develop new technologies, and it doesn't have to be necessary to Mars or the Moon. We can just International Space Station, more satellites, not just like going to the Moon or Mars. It's just developing. That's not the main thing that we want to do next. You know.
I have one question.
Go ahead.
It's more like a general question, but do you guys think that the whole world should focus like on those projects as a whole, or that I don't know where you're from, but maybe from the USA, I assume that each country should do their operations and their research individually, and maybe take it more like as a competition. Or do you think it would be better to work?
Well, maybe. Well, of course, competition makes each country be better and work harder, because you don't want another country being or doing anything better than you. But I think that cooperation between all of the countries is the best thing we can do to achieve outer space exploration and new research to find new chemicals or advanced technology that could help us. But I think the world needs to cooperate on helping and the environment and the damage that we have done to our planet.
Go ahead.
And also, all the countries don't have like the same economical possibilities, and that's why we think that the best solution is that to make a treatment between all the countries.
Yeah, so adding to that, yeah, I do agree that, well, I would definitely like for more competition to be present. However, the technology for this, as my partner said, is very limited. And for example, there was in Guatemala, which is where I'm from, there was a satellite some years back that was actually launched with the help of, well, other industries. And well, I think that in this case, this development and this technology has to go hand in hand, because, well, it is a very sensible and risky business. So yeah, I do agree that there should be a cooperation between entities and a sharing of information and findings in order to understand better how this industry will work out.
Thank you.
Do we have any more questions?
Yeah, I also had a general question, but it's more of a personal question. But do you think our generation will live to see humanity live in another planet, or maybe explore it, like for example Mars?
Well, I don't really think that will be the case. However, that should not be like something that keeps us from trying to progress, because, like, for example, in the past, like, some guy makes like plans for a big cathedral, and well, they live 50 years to start building, and they die, and it doesn't finish. Well, I think that is sort of our next step that we need to take in order to progress more into the future. And well, my point is that it's not the first time that has happened, and well, it is a sacrifice that we have to make in order to keep developing into the future.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much for your questions and for your attention. Panelists, thank you very much for your interactions and for the statements that you have done to contribute to the topic. Thank you.